I'm back in Vancouver since yesterday, and I actually had quite an experience at the airport. So, right before my flight back here, I saw someone that looked like Aria from Pretty Little Liars, and I kind of like just kept looking at her just to make sure, and I saw her name on her Starbucks cup and it said Lucy, so I was like, oh my gosh, it's her. But like I was like super afraid, and then she ended up walking away. So I was like, okay, it's probably not on the same flight. So I actually saw her again as I was lining up to get onto the plane, and turns out she was with her cast and she was sitting in first class. I like stopped right by her seat, but then I didn't want to like look at her and be like, hey, and cause like attention. So I just like thought to leave it. And then all my friends were just like, you gotta take a picture with her, like it's like once in a lifetime. So I told myself, when we land, we'll see what happens. So we land, going through customs, I see her, and then she goes to the luggage claims to wait for her luggage. But as I was walking towards her, all her cast were around her, so knowing me, I was like, okay, well, you know what, like I saw her, it's all good, like I'll just leave. So then I left. Courtney and Peter picked me up, and I told them, and they're like, oh, so we ended up waiting for her to come out, and I think it took like 10 minutes, and she finally came out. I started like waving to her, and she kind of gave me this look where it's like either like, oh, it's a fan, or like, oh, I don't know that person. But overall, like went up to her and I was like, hi, and then she was like friendly at first, but she was pretty monotone, kind of chills. I think she was just really tired. It was just 9 o'clock at night. So then she looked down and saw Ellie, and then she was like, oh my gosh, is this your dog? I'm like, yeah. So she ends up petting Ellie, and then she was just like, oh, do you want a photo? And I was like, oh yeah, sure. And then I asked her, I was like, oh, do you want to carry Ellie? And she was like, yeah, sure. So then we ended up taking a photo. In the background, there was like this one guy taking photos. I'm guessing he was paparazzi, but it was just one guy. And I felt kind of bad because I was like, oh great, like I'm causing attention to her. And then after, another person was like, oh, can I take a photo with you? So like in the end, I kind of like felt a little bad, but you know what, like they're celebrities and they probably get it all the time. And I just got to say, like, I got my photo, I got to meet her, so I shouldn't be like too upset about like, you know, interfering with their space. So overall, it was like a good experience, and I definitely am more cautious now when it comes to going up to people. Like, I'm always a little scared, but you know, like it's once in a lifetime, so I just like took the chance. And definitely had Courtney and Peter there to help me get the courage to talk to her.
Please say hi to her new family. I'm reunited back with my friend Christine.
Like hiding.
And we're baking cupcakes today. Red
I'm
velvet.
baking a cake, but after that, we'll make cupcakes.
Yeah.
Red velvet.
Draw so close to me. You wander alone in the dark, 'cause nothing can stand in your way. You shine bright. All the pieces of my heart, they come alive. There's nowhere I'd rather be tonight. Dance under all the stars as they all realign. I'm falling for you as my world spins back in tune. I'll be the sun to your moon. I'll be there forever, my Luna.
At Korean barbecue with Christine. I'm so hungry. We got a set meal. It's gonna be beef, pork. So hungry. It's almost 12 o'clock and we're doing a face mask. It looks so scary. It keeps slipping off my face. I'm
Ready.
I'm a
Ready to
cat.
kill it?
As you can see, and Christine has bunny. Bunny.
Wherever you are, I'll be there holding to everything you feel. Nowhere is far, I'll be pulled to the center of gravity. You float in the darkness of space, but nothing can take you away. You shine bright.
I am at the restaurant called La Forêt. It is in Burnaby, so very close to me, and I've been wanting to go to this place since Claire has told me, and I actually brought her with me. We're on another cute little date, super hipster inside.
It is, like, the place is amazing. It's so very
Claire in action, taking pictures of plants. Waffles now. Thanks to this girl. Yay!
Thanks to the bubble tea shop for being super full.
Yeah, I want a bubble tea, but it was too long. I'm pretty upset.
I'm surprised. It's Sunday too.
Dinner with this girl and this girl. Yeah, we are reunited. If you remember, this is Melissa and this is Jean May. We went to her wedding. And we are at Gyoza Bar. I had ramen and they got some bows. Are you gonna say anything?
No.
Okay. She was like focusing on what to say. No.
Stand in your way, you shine bright. All the pieces of my heart, they